because conflict's coming. We know conflict's coming. We talked about this earlier, like when we were talking about the shutdown. Oh, there's no money. All of a sudden, there's all this money for war.
I know. There's always money for war. There's always money for war. Yet the government was about to get shut down recently. Yet now they're asking for $106 billion for more war.
Yeah. And it's crazy because they're still sending that money to Ukraine. And there's a lot of people, we have to protect Ukraine. Why? They've lost. We're spending way too much money. At one point, you got to think to yourself, all right, dude, it's a loss. It's too much money because in reality, we haven't felt the effects of all this money going out the U.S., right? Taxpayers will. So you're going to see that in all our infrastructures and stuff like that. Like when your kids need, or the roads need to be paved or something like that, sorry, there's no funding, right? Oh, there's too many homeless. Sorry, there's no funding. Oh, the VA, sorry, there's no funding. That's what you're going to hear, but you're going to send a ton of money. You're trying to send a ton of money to Ukraine. And
$106 billion in the U.S. could solve a lot of problems.
Jeez, it solves a ton of problems. And there's no accountability, no receipts. Like, here's $106 billion. How'd you spend it? There's no one to say where to go.
Oh yeah, like how much? Here, let me pull up this website where it has a breakdown of where that money is going into. So let me zoom in a little bit more. Scroll up here. Okay, so $61.4 billion to Ukraine assistance. Isn't that crazy? What about our economic assistance?
There is none.
Then it's $14.3 billion to Israel.
Yeah, go down the list real quick, and I'm going to ask you something after you read the list.
$14 billion for immigration enforcement.
Okay, so would that be the border?
Yeah, southern border, I'm going to assume.
And is that our border or their border?
Ooh, good question. That's a good one. $9.15 billion to humanitarian assistance. $4 billion for countering China's influence in developing countries and Indo-Pacific. I think how they order that, I think they really mean Taiwan.
They mean Taiwan.
They mean Taiwan.
Because of the resources Taiwan has. Taiwan's a rich country, and they don't want China to have it.
And the remainder $3.4 billion to submarine industrial base, which submarines pack a punch. They're very useful.
Big time, very
stealthy.
Useful. It's coming from the bottom, like the ships. It's almost like stealth. They come down, they shoot you. Your ship is sinking.
Well, it's a little strange, but that makes me think. Okay, who in the military-industrial complex benefits from that? Submarines. So someone probably does.
Yeah,
probably talked in their ear, like, "Hey, add this to this bill."
Yeah, because we need the money for contracts. Let me ask you, what's missing from that list from recent events?
Can I say Hawaii?
Yes. Yes. Hawaii for 1,000. Why is there nothing for Hawaii? Did we already forget about Hawaii? Did we forget about the children that are missing from Hawaii? Are we missing? We never got a final body count. We never found out what families, lost their properties, which they can't. There's no one to claim them. That property, so it goes to the government. Like, it's nothing's going to Hawaii, except for The Rock and Oprah's fund. Did you see The Rock apologize for that?
Did he really?
Oh, you got to see that later. He apologized. He said it could have came off smug that him and Oprah were asking for money. Of course, because you weren't putting up the money yet. You were doing. We're going to put up $2 million, but after they collect it from everyone. Kind of like the thing you told me about.
It's tax evasion too.
Yes, the supermarket thing.
They're going to collect your money, and then they're going to make it appear as if it's their money that they donate, and they get a tax break from it.
Yes.
Just like so an example, if you go to like a homeless shelter or like Goodwill, for example, you donate, they give you like a receipt that you can sign off, use it for your taxes. But if you go to like a grocery store and they're like, "Would you like to donate $1?" And you're like, "Oh, sure." You don't get a receipt back to claim it on your taxes, because they gather all those monies and then they file it for to get a tax break, because they make it look like it's their money, not the person who contributed
that dollar.
So they get a tax break from it. So it's a tax evasion loophole. And so what Oprah and The Rock is doing is the same thing. They're getting your monies, and they're going to make it look like it was their foundation, so they get a tax break from it.
And their foundation gets tax break.
And their foundation is just another money laundering.
Nice try, Oprah. Nice try. And The Rock was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it too," and then didn't realize that people would catch on to that.
Yeah,
and
because
figure that out.
once you're at a certain point where you're so rich, you're trying to figure out ways to pay less taxes.
Correct.
So like a foundation or a charity is a good one, right? So
Oh yeah.
this way you can say, oh yeah, I made this much money, but look at my foundation, it's contributed so much, and then okay, you've done so much for the community. Here's a tax break. It's all BS.
Correct.
It's all BS. Because if you look up charities, like 1% to 3% actually goes to the cause.
Which is crazy to me.
Most of it goes to like marketing and admission fees. I mean, the CEO requires a $300,000 a year paycheck
and a car allowance and a housing allowance and all this stuff, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah. So it's just a way to sucker people. It's just a scam. It's a
makes
scam.
you
Let's call it what it is. It's a scam.
It makes you think you're doing good. It makes you think like, hey, you feel good. Hey, I donated my change. So something in our grocery store. Hey, would you like to round up? No. No. Why would I round up? You're gonna take the credit for it.
Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna do the work, and you're gonna take the credit.
You're not getting a receipt back to claim on your
Correct.
taxes. Don't do it. Do not do it.
Correct. So that's 61.4 billion going. Thanks for watching our clip. If you want to see more clips like this and you like our views, like the show, click here for some more clips. If you want to hear the whole podcast, watch the whole podcast, click here for the whole podcast. Remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll get back to you. Thank you and have a great day.